Let's invite this new guest on. Bring
him on. I see him.
This is Invest, Earn, Learn, ladies and gentlemen.
I like the rhyme.
Thank you for coming on. Your name is Steven, so I kind of have a bit of prejudice towards you.
But if I'm right, you're Steven with a PH, right?
Yeah.
Mine's with a V. But you know what's absolutely
crazy? Okay, you're a scumbag with no class. There's not. I take it all back.
You're a V? How do you get on the show?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Bad screeners. We gotta fire our screeners. Anyway, why'd you come on? Tell us what's up.
Well, Instagram is kind of like, it's a game you haven't really got into too much because you don't see it as much because you're not on it as much.
Correct.
But the guru space on Instagram is out of this world, and there's absolutely no accountability. That's one thing with I was thinking about with a YouTube video. If I watch Dan Luck's videos, then a few days later, one of your videos comes on my recommended. I watch it, I think maybe I shouldn't buy his course. But with an Instagram page, Instagram is never going to recommend an expose post ever. Instagram only promotes viral hype content.
Yes.
So you get these echo chambers, and no matter what you say, Instagram is never going to push your content exposing things. So people just buy these courses because they know better.
So
a lot of people don't even go on YouTube.
That's a great point. So this is actually a problem I've been having, which is Jay Mazzini. Look, like I said, this guy in particular, I think is going to be in deep trouble. But I want to keep people from getting into his Bitcoin scam. So I'm trying to tell people what's going on. But his big audience is on Instagram. I have no Instagram following. And also, I can't really talk to his audience. It's impossible for me to talk to his audience and tell him what's going on. That's a huge issue because he's basically got 936,000 followers or 35,000 followers, and there's nobody who can hold him accountable for even just basic pure scamming.
It's like a Bilzerian come up. You just can't catch him on Instagram as easy.
Even with an audience, I still couldn't do it. There's a few reasons. The first thing, if I posted an expose video on my story or on my feed, Instagram would people that want to see this. It'd only show to a few thousand people. And the second thing is, if you do try it, it's really hard to get you guys shut down. You can get copyright strikes, but YouTube is probably not going to delete you. In Instagram, you pay someone a few $1,000, the account's gone. If it's got 1 million followers, it's still gone.
Wow. See,
how is that
Zuckerberg
possible?
Zuckerberg has no honor.
Because they don't know how to do human moderation. So if you get 10,000 bots all report an account at the same time, it's gone.
Oh no. No,
Zuckerberg is
That's a
more
real
evil
thing.
than
That's a real
YouTube.
thing. They could just take your Instagram away, gone, boom, done.
I've seen loads of services selling for usually a few $1,000s, and they'll sell banning services.
Banning services. Wow.
Those same people would then sell unbanning services. So.
Oh, you can unban them.
Oh, that's hilarious. And they report out their own bots. They're
person.
like, these are bots, guys. Clearly. I'll send you all the documentation. I'll show you how we did it.
We're the victim. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, this is, I'm just so unfamiliar with Instagram. First of all, how do I get my Instagram on point? That's another thing.
Oh, so you're going to buy the class now.
I'm about to buy the class. I'm about to
buy
the
buy
book.
the course first.
I got to buy the book.
Are you selling the book? What do you got?
He's got a $17 book.
You do have a V in your
book.
name. So, yeah. Okay, cool. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
I got Chandler's book published. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm at the price of a book. Nobody's going to spend, well, hopefully nobody's spend the last dollar on a $17 ebook.
Correct.
It's kind of just part of your budget on education. But yeah, the best thing to do with Instagram is it's all about viral content. You can't do anything that's in depth, which is why I've kind of been struggling my page. It's why I kind of want to get on podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's all about, can you just post this image? If you look for my content, you did the video on the Wolf of Wall Street stuff.
Yeah.
And I post that kind of stuff. My best performing video on Instagram was 500,000 views. And it's that clip where he's on the boat and he's talking to the FBI agent. He's throwing the lobsters at him.
Right.
You know
right. Yeah. And of course, people are going to watch that. So that's why everyone posts Wolf of Wall Street stuff, because all of it's viral worthy.
Yeah. Because a lot of new pages look at their content and they're posting in-depth personal finance, investing, entrepreneurship, and that kind of works. But then when it hit past 10,000 followers, they start to realize when they post that content, it just doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't get any likes.
Wow. So you're saying that my Instagram stock picking course is not going to make me money? Is that what you're saying?
Unless you just post lifestyle pics. Unless you just post lifestyle pics.
You think you're saying I bought a class from someone and I just bought it because they had a bunch of people with bikinis on. I mean, that does seem like Instagram's MO. It's like just visually like grab them and that's it. Nothing else matters. Nothing over. They tried this whole IGTV. It's nonsense. 10-minute videos. Yeah. These people are idiots on Instagram. They want booties and they want like, a car accident. Car accidents do great on Instagram. No, honestly, Zuckerberg is a terrible person, and you can see his spirit is in his apps. Whereas YouTube, they're becoming evil. The world is making them evil. Fair enough. And it's hard to fight it because their investors come in and they say like, okay, well, you have to sell me data or whatever it is. But they started good, I feel like. Whereas, and Sam Ovens has a great video about this, but he's basically saying like Zuckerberg is evil and he just does whatever gets him the hits. And then it's almost like TikTok took it a step further and just said, don't even let them
pick. Subscribe. Don't even let them pick. Yeah.
Just then Instagram stole it from TikTok.
Yeah, dude. That's right. Zuck doesn't care. He'll copy any feature from any program. Snapchat, he tried to buy him out. They didn't let him buy him out. So he's like, oh, I'll just steal everything you've ever done.
Yeah. And then even the content creators, like I remember early like H3H3 videos where he said there's Facebook people that would just take a YouTube video that went viral and be like, that's my video. And they just play it on theirs.
No, that's what people do on Instagram. So we'll take clips from YouTube and we'll put it down into IGTVs onto Reels and just post that without credit.
Yeah, no credit. Let's go.
That's a real. How many people? How many like millions of followers have people accumulated from stuff like that? Is that like how people run their pages? It's just like
what's his name?
A lot.
The
I want to be careful.
Years ago, but sorry, go ahead.
I want to be careful at giving examples because I don't want to piss people off in my own community. But the second thing is I've been threatened to be sued before. When the one time I ever did expose someone. And they went, we're going to get my contact at Instagram to delete you. So this guy had this, it's the biggest, I won't say what it is, but it's one of the 2 biggest Instagram courses. And he had an upsell and it had this like claim that they could get these really, really cheap followers of Facebook ads. And he had this like screenshot and it had like so many zeros per follower. So it was like 0.0001 cent per follower.
Oh, come on.
And then someone bought his course and went into it and it was like 100 times more expensive per follower. And he's like, oh, it was a mistake. Then he sent me, I had 30,000 followers at the time. He sent me a voice message. Like he found me. I was like a small page at this point. He found me and he was like, you're just a small little page. You're never going to get anywhere. If you don't remove this, I'm going to get my friend's Instagram to take down your account. And I've already told my lawyers about this.
Rude.
Yeah, this is how all of them behave. It's just.
Yeah. Well, Madison Cornish just put out a video, Cruel World, Happy World. Some pickup artist is like suing her, or like trying to sue her, and she had to doing like cease and desist letters. It is a lot of just trying to scare you out of like, you're not allowed to, don't do it again. And you you have to not get scared, I guess. Because they just keep coming at it. But
I doubt they have Instagram contacts anyway, because to get anyone to respond to your Instagram is pretty big. Like a few of the top pages do, but like someone with 500,000 followers or less, they're not going to have contacts. But Instagram's actually had this kind of unique, not like kind of scam, like pyramid scheme thing going on. I don't think you have seen yet. So have you ever seen these pages where if you look in their bio, it says mentored by so-and-so?
Oh, yep.
So then what's happening is you go on that and you can click on these bio profiles. You can go like 10 profiles deep before you find the person at the top. So you get these Instagram pages where the whole business model is we're going to coach other people to start a page where they coach other people to coach other people.
Right.
And this has been like going crazy. It's going crazy. People are like, oh, we're sales coaches, we're business coaches. But like Instagram seems to be the perfect platform for this.
Jason Capital calls this the DM method. I think he calls it the Instagram DM method. And we were on a call. I was on a call with someone with Anand, one of the people that we saved in an earlier Scam Rehab. Our first save maybe on Scam Rehab. Anand, we were just on a call like trying to sell this guy thing, and he's like, I can't buy that. I just paid $7,000 for Jason Capital Weekend. We're trying to write this guy ads, and he paid like $7,000 for Jason Capital Weekend. And on the call, he had a guy who was doing the volunteer work for Jason Capital even. So they had a guy, like it even goes that deep where they'll come on your call and do the work for it. It was so weird. I mean,
Can I ask you a little bit about your page? So you run a page called Invest, Earn, Save. It looks like this. And so you're one of these guys like posting a bunch of like inspiration stuff?
Inspirational memes about money?
Yeah, I started with like the in-depth content, but now I'm just posting viral stuff. I mean, that's the Reels. Like the Reels is the least valuable content of all of it. So that's kind of like just the hype content, and that decoy effect is an ad. And I try to put some value on this. As you can see, I post like 3 ads a day as well. But
yeah, how much?
Interesting.
So you make money from this?
Yeah, it's my full-time job.
It's your full-time job running this page specifically?
Yeah, just this page.
Really?
And I'm making like a small amount compared to some of the people the same level as me.
Why is that?
Because I don't hard sell coaching.
You don't have coaching
at the moment.
The class is worth the money.
I do offer coaching if people seek it out, but I don't post it all the time. Like, come take my coaching.
Wait,
it's
so
the people that just have the money to spare.
But like a lot of this is just like, I mean, forgive me for saying so. It's like it's just re-uploaded content, though, right? Like this is just David Goggins content that you just posted to your page, and then you kind of get the credit for it, right?
Did you make the title yellow and white? Is that your look?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and you
kind
can pay a guy in India to do this. Like I think Anand has a team that does stuff like
yeah,
this.
it's like
you can pay someone.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's like my brand. It's like my brand, and someone can tell if it's written by a native English speaker, and that kind of gives you more authority in the niche. So, but like all the post content is made by me.
It's interesting that you just told, like you were just saying that, Instagram, they don't want anything in depth. It's all meaningless, shallow content. And then it's like, so I thought you were going to tell us that you went over to YouTube, but instead, after telling us that, you're like, oh yeah, so now I do that channel.
No, I have made some YouTube videos, but I want to get into more like long form podcasting kind of stuff, which is one of the reasons I wanted to come on. But yeah, right now it's still my full-time job. I mean, I was like a student with almost no money, like just over a year ago. I'm going to use that cliche. But I'm obviously not going to give up this income source.
It's fair. It's fair. I mean, it almost sounds like you got caught. Like, did you buy someone else's class and then they taught you to do this?
No, that actually what I decided to do was I kind of hit 20 and had this crisis where it's like it's not cute anymore to say I'm going to do something big one day. So I was like, I'm just going to work out to get financial freedom. So I was like, I'll make this Instagram page where I'll kind of document what I'm doing. But then the Instagram page ended up taking off and becoming the whole thing in the first place.
I think it's way of getting financial freedom. I think it's very cute to be 20 and telling everyone that you know how to become a millionaire. I think that's adorable. I think that's how a lot of these guys say it's the widow's widow. I'm not saying that you are. I mean, it sounds like you're doing like legit stuff. You have a class kind of kicking around. They all teach this, that like this content is just a way to sell people on the class. But if you don't have the class, then you're not doing the abusive thing, I guess. But
I can break down my income like by like source if you want.
Sure. What's your classes? What's your
how much does an Instagram page like this make without the course?
Okay, without the course, my page in the last 2 months has made just over $6,000 profit.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So then the course must be like
that's
50,000.
Did you say per month?
Per month, yeah.
Okay, so this page is making $6,000 per month, and that's with basically. Where are all the ad? Like, what's an ad? Give me an example of an ad.
An ad on the page right now. That decoy effect. Oh, sorry, that post is an ad.
This post?
Yeah, this guy's. I think he's some kind of e-commerce guru. But
back in 2019, some guy was working as an underpaid building maintenance employee. Oh my God, this is a guru. I worked from 7 a.m. I know this is not the type of life. Today I'm a full-time e-commerce business owner. If you'd like to escape your 9-to-5 grind and spend more time with your family doing what you love, hit me up.
The disclaimer.
Blah, blah, blah. Disclaimer. This is not financial advice. This is a paid.
He pays. So you're saying 6,000.
Wait a second. Hold on. Invest, Earn, Save does not endorse any of the above material, but you kind of do, right? Because you're putting it on your page.
Yeah, I do filter ads. Like anything that's ridiculous, I just will not post it. I get MLMs every single day asking me to promote them. I'm just like, no. Like they'll even offer me. Someone offered me $500 just to post one post. It was one of those crypto scams where you send somebody to an address and they send double back. I was like, I'm not going to ruin my whole brand just for $500.
It sounds like you're in that den of thieves, but you're avoiding the really bad ones. But it's not so bad. Like, I mean, this guy, we don't want to just call him a con artist, right? I mean, you're saying he's a guru, Steven. Like, what does that guy do to make his money?
Well, it sounds like he's helping other people. So you've gone full. You've documented your lifestyle going full time on income, full time on like financial freedom. But then the way you're making your financial freedom is promoting this guy who's promoting. If you want to escape your grind and spend more time with your family and do what you love, click the link in my bio and schedule a free consultation call so I can help you. So then this guy's also selling like financial freedom. My question is, when does the financial freedom stop. Who's actually financially free? It seems like everyone's financially free by telling other people how to be financially free.
It's almost like what they said about what happened with communism,
bit,
where they're like, so is anyone going to have a job? So wait. So basically, like, let's just say we just change it. Everyone takes this class. Everyone's a millionaire. Nobody has a job. What's the culture?
Well,
I don't know.
Like, we're all teaching each other how to become financially free.
I guess that's it.
That's why I try not to say too much. Like, people when post ads on my page, they might be like, get out the 9 to 5 grind. But I'm like, it's not about that. It's about living below your means and all that kind of stuff. But the whole like me posting these ads things, I wouldn't say it's any different to how on your YouTube channel, every single ad is a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah.
Instagram doesn't provide ads to me, so I have to take them on myself. I tried to put in like some filter.
I think the difference is that in my video, like these are pre-rolls that I don't have any control over. Like I'm not like, hey, I want to get in this thing, right? It's like people are auto targeting my things. In your case, like it's like during the content is it's like if I came on and before I roast a guru, I'm like, hey, escape your 9 to 5 lifestyle with John Cristani, and then and then it's like now segue from that. By the way, I don't endorse anything I just said. By the way, guys,
it's literally like a John Cristani video.
I want to tell you guys about this thing, whatever. So it's interesting.
You're a young Dave Ramsey, but Dave Ramsey is doing like, I don't know if Dave, like, it does sound like you're a young Dave Ramsey. It does get complicated. There's a gray area here. You're on Instagram. These guys come to you with money. You take the money. You post the thing. You don't know how bad they're getting. To be clear,
sponsorship agreements are different from like a pre-roll commercial, right?
100%.
But I would do that if Instagram would offer it, which they don't offer it to us yet.
Well, you already said that Instagram is not the place for anything deep or meaningful. Maybe it's time to go over to YouTube, maybe. Because I do agree with you. I think because it's made by Zuckerberg, and I've seen people write like real articles about this. The apps made by Zuckerberg, he is the devil, and they are tainted with the devil's. I don't want to say semen, or I don't know what to say, but it's just dirty, dude. It's like Instagram, Facebook, they're made scamming. Even when they're not directly scamming you, it's made for they know that like, oh, this guy's making money like this. They don't care. And H3 made good videos about it. Veritasium has good videos about it. Even other people selling fake likes, Facebook loves them. They kind of help them. Whereas on YouTube, there is that little bit of honor. Now, YouTube is also cracking under the financial pressure. These businesses are coming at them. They're saying, give us your data, whatever they're doing. Also, Steven, you've had this issue too, where you call it a con artist flags you. And then YouTube's like, sorry, we don't have anyone to look at this right now. So it's like, they're trying. They're better than, nothing's perfect. Ultimately, a lot of them are advertising even on the channel. But it's like, maybe you got to leave Instagram. Have you thought of an exit strategy? How do you get these people over? Because Steven, it's like you have, even getting subscribers from one channel to another inside of YouTube is tough. From Instagram over. What a grind.
No. It's really tough. I would say if you really believe in the idea of like, living below your means, stuff like that, you should do your best for your page, for your content that you are producing, you should only promote that. That's just my 2 cents. I mean, I hear what you're saying. It's like, how are you going to eat? You're trying to feed, you're trying to pay rent. I get that. But at the same time, the disclaimer, it's different if it's like, a sponsored post, like, in stories, how a sponsored post can just come up. Like in between your story or whatever. Like if that came up and and they're targeting your people, like that makes sense. But people still know what your message is. I think your message is getting diluted if it's like, frugality, if it's, saving your money, being smart. Your message will be diluted by the fact that you're kind of doing these sponsored posts you're sort of endorsing just anyone who pays, right? I'm sure you are screening some of them, but like it does seem like people can just come to you and say, hey, I'm setting people free financially, just come take my coaching call, and you're taking their stuff.
That guy's like right on the borderline of what I'd post. So one of the things I say to people who ask me about shout outs is I have terms and conditions, and it's like I will not promote anything that makes an earnings claim specifically. This guy's like, let's skip a 9 to 5 life. But if someone's like saying make 10K a month, I just won't promote it. I'm like, I'm not promoting that.
That's your line.
Okay.
And mostly I promote other pages. So other people want to grow on Instagram.
Right.
There's a morality. It's a gray area.
I could pay you, or eventually a celebrity could pay you, or eventually like NBC could be like, hey, we have this show coming out. Can you do a thing? TLC could be like, hey, we have a show coming out. Can you put the trailer on? That's good. That's a real business model, actually. So that's what I mean, where you are in a gray area where like, yeah, you have your lines. This guy's like kind of in the gray area himself. So you're like, whatever, take the money, get the bag.
Yeah.
You're saying it's a halal bag, and only God knows whether it's halal or not. But you're saying it's a halal bag, and it's fine. I think I think you're still in the good in that sense, right, Steven? What do you think? Like, I think you're still. No, I mean it's not really like much. We don't cancel here or anything, but it's.
Listen, I think, like I said, I just think you should just see what your messaging is doing and putting out there, and like I do like that if you're actually promoting like frugality, live below your means, that stuff I believe in. Just make sure that that's not like too. Anyway, listen, I'm not trying to get on my like purity test. There are a lot of really bad people out there doing a lot worse things. But
I also got to say, as a comedian, though, a cheap channel sounds hilarious. Sounds like there's potential here. I feel like years ago we did try to pitch it like a reality show like this. Most things you pitch to networks just don't go anywhere because you can just go on Instagram, YouTube, just make the show yourself. But it would be great to see you do some cheap experiments and to really help people, because getting things cheap, it's almost like the other side of what you're doing, what we're doing. It's like on the one side you have like here's the problem, but you could be a solution. You could be like, what, you want to be rich? You know that I can eat for $2 a day, and it's good. It's like you have the system that could be funny. That could be like a cool thing, and people win like Pulitzer prizes for that. People win like. Forget, there's like awards for it. I mean, you really get recognized for that from that community. There's a great book you've written years ago called $3 a day or $4 a day, and it's how to cook fresh, healthy food for a family for $4 a day, something insane like that. It's all just grow, like certain things she's teaching you how to grow it, certain things she's telling you go here, get these deals, whatever. But at the end of the day, like you can cook a meal for $4, or you can eat for a whole day for $4, and that to me is like a good cause, smart. People will get behind you. I think that's like a great angle. And you could be so funny with that, just being cheap.
Yeah. I actually I bought the domain name wealth.degree because I was thinking if you had like a low cost subscription model and it was literally just personal finance and like the basics of side hustles, not you're going to become a millionaire from doing a side hustle, but this is different types of side hustles you can try. And if you made that like $37 a month and that was a way of teaching personal finance, you'd still get the monthly income, so you can still make a lot of money from it, but it wouldn't be crazy money. And that's what I was kind of thinking of. But the reason I can't move from Instagram to YouTube right now is it's really hard to convert the audience. So I've got 900 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I'm just not prepared to give up the income, really, I'll be perfectly honest. And considering it's scaling as well, like it was nothing a year ago. I went from 0 to 6,000 in a year. So I'm like, what can I do in another year? I'm trying to get to my own financial freedom first, and then
you're in a tough spot. You invested into this platform, and it seems like what's that?
I put all of my life savings into starting the page.
Yeah. You've invested here your time at this. Your time's valuable. You put all this time and money into it, and then you're realizing, like this Zuckerberg is a bit of a sociopath. The platform's not really set up to put out real content, go in depth on anything, whatever. So I
just don't understand. I just don't understand the thing where like the move is to just like take content. That's what's weird. Like the way to grow a page and make money is basically take other people's content.
Yeah, well, if I posted like a video of me talking, it just won't do very well because people want to see that really polished clips, those best clips you can get from all the content on the internet.
Is it fair use to just take someone's stuff and just post it? I mean, repost it, and then, doesn't seem like it.
The culture seems to be like, as long as you attribute, you're good. Like, do you have to give everyone shout outs? You're not stealing like a local YouTuber's content. You have like a Bob Marley clip or something.
Yeah, I'm taking famous people, and if it's like there's a few clips where people have made, do you know like these YouTube channels that they put together different clips for like motivational videos?
Yeah.
A few times I've used their content. I've put like credit YouTube and then using them.
Okay.
This is kind of interesting, man. I don't understand that. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't understand Instagram at all. This is kind of weird. I don't understand you just kind of this. I feel like it's probably a little bit of TikTok too. Like, you just kind of take other people's stuff and just post it. I mean, I think it's fine to reuse people's stuff if you're transforming it, but then some of this stuff is like, there's nothing. Yeah. What is transformational about like just
courage to follow your heart and intuition? They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary.
Yeah.
It's just like you're taking someone
That's
else's.
like a long speech, and the average Instagram user is never going to go and watch that speech. So
Right. So you got the best clip. You put your title at the top.
Right, but you really haven't transformed it. You've just taken the heart of the work and re-uploaded it for yourself, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but Reels, if you look, you're just looking at Reels, which is the minority of my content. It's mostly feed posts, and that's all made by me.
Okay.
Right.
Except the ads.
Right, but all I'm saying is that this is like a kind of a sketchy place. I don't know. Maybe this is just how Instagram works. Listen, I don't understand the Instagram game. I know on YouTube, we're very much against I mean, you have to be adding something. Even if you were like, hey, this is why I'm posting this. This is the takeaway. You have to transform it in some meaningful way. Otherwise,
go out there.
Why is this not just David Goggins? You're profiting from David Goggins.
Miles. But guess what?
That is the thing of Facebook.
Everybody's
really
got a fucking plan so they can hit in the fucking mouth. That's for Mike Tyson. So when your plan fails.
So you got like 1,700 likes for that, but like that, and then that drives traffic to your page. But you've done no work. It feels like you've just kind of taken his clip and just like re-uploaded it. Am I wrong here? I mean, I feel like I'm being mean, but I also feel like, yeah, well, this is just kind of what you're doing.
No, I mean, with the Reels, you're right, and it's why like right now Reels are hot. You want to be posting like 3 a day, and I've only posted I think like 10 in a few months because I don't really like making that content. It's not very fulfilling. So you're right. Like it's one of the things I've got to like deal with, like moral dilemmas. Right, that's why I mostly post feed content, which is my own content. But even with that,
sorry,
what are you gonna say? So, but even with that, you get these. Every single piece of business content on Instagram will be copied a few hundred times. So if I make an original post, that'll appear on a few hundred more pages, including pages bigger than mine. They give no credit. That is how Instagram works. It is purely copying with a few original creators.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
so
like,
it is.
but
you should leave, honestly.
Yeah, you should just leave because I mean, I've never bought into the idea that like, okay, well, everyone's just doing this, so I guess can't beat them, join them. I mean, that in of itself is not a justification, right? That in of itself is not a reason like, well, everyone else is copying, so if I make my own content, then they'll copy me. Okay, well, that's not a good reason to just be part of the problem. Now that
I was gonna say too, though. Look, don't feel too hard on yourself, though, Steven, because you're 20. When it comes to art, you do start by copying. Actually, that's how all artists start.
No,
even they say with
Amish.
No. He
Amish.
retyped another book.
Right,
I mean,
but he didn't try to sell. He didn't try to sell that book, right?
That's true. But I'm saying for you as a financial guru, right? I can see you in 10 years being like, yeah, when I was 20, I just reposted other people's shit. But in a year, you're doing original stuff. In 2 years, you're doing original stuff. It's, like you can justify it, but in the end, it only hurts you because what this is, I feel like it is taking that, it's going too far with that artist thing of like, this is what everyone's getting big on, so I'll just do what they're doing. Technically, legally, I mean, you can do it, but these are the years of your life. You know what I mean? The quicker you just get in the game of making your own content, and it's hard for me, I'm one to talk. I got to put up way more videos too. But the quicker, so I know what you're going through. It's hard to put up more videos. But the quicker you just bite the bullet and start making your own videos, the quicker they'll get good. The quicker you'll be putting your own stuff out there. And then, like this stuff is like, it is definitely, it is 100% is less than a Beethoven. Because people say this with artists, they're like, you learn the piano by playing Beethoven, and then you make a song. But here,
but again, there's a difference between studying and publishing content, and there's a difference between saying something and going, really love this quote by blah blah blah. Here's how it inspired me, and then just posting the quote on your page for credit to go to you. That's why I hate the phrase like, good artists copy, great artists steal. What they're talking about is that great artists, they take from multiple inspirations and they combine it into a new thing, I see your problem is you're trying to do like, you're like saying, hey, I want to do nuanced content on Instagram. Forget about it. It doesn't exist. It's just all lifestyle. Look, if you want to make a ton of money on Instagram, your dream is life, and you don't have any worries about like, hey, I'll just make my bag how I make my bag, then just pitch the lifestyle dream, because that's what makes the real money anyways. You probably already know that.
I mean, a cheap channel could be funny. It could be quick and punchy and funny if you're like, look how cheap I am, and then you go in real life and do it. Like you get some corporation to give you a free Happy Meal. I mean, that could fly
just
on
feel like
Instagram.
Instagram is like a real cesspool is the vibe I'm getting. And it's always been the vibe, but I've never had someone who does Instagram. So it's very interesting to hear you talk because you're basically like, there's really, it's a garbage cesspool, but I'm making money from it.
There are some really good creators on there. There's like a guy called Finance Josh, and he is Dave Ramsey. He's been producing original content. He has some like courses, but they're really cheap books. And there are people out there, but we started at the same time, and he's just got to 100,000 followers, and he's probably the best original content creator in the personal finance niche on Instagram. So that's how hard it is to go the legit route and to go the posting real valuable content. And another thing is, if anyone's watching and they're thinking, I want to do Instagram, how can I start? Don't let anyone convince you can do it all for free and easily get to what I did. Like I put like $5,000 of my life savings into it, and now I spend like a few $1,000s a month on ads to keep growing the page. And that is the only secret. On Instagram, it's pay to win completely.
Really?
Organic growth is almost
that's
dead.
another Zuckerberg thing. I mean, you're in a den of thieves, brother. You're in a den of thieves over on Instagram. Now, YouTube's not. It's better. I mean, the thieves are on YouTube.
It's a lot. No, it's a lot better.
It sucks.
First of all, this whole attitude, and you know what? It is kind of the Zuck, like he has made this thing of like, he just stole from Snapchat. So why aren't the creators stealing on Instagram? I mean, that's not to absolve you because I think what you're doing on Reels is kind of sketchy, to be honest. But it is this weird thing. I think YouTube's way better. There's no culture of stealing on YouTube in the same way. It's not. It's frowned upon. People hate it. People discourage it. But you're saying on Instagram, everyone just does it. I think that's ridiculous.
Facebook too.
I mean, look. What's to stop someone from just going to your page and just taking every single thing, rebranding just changing the yellow to blue, and just like switching it up?
No, people do the total
and
number of
how
followers.
Does it feel? But how,
millions of followers.
But how does it feel when people steal your content? How does it feel when people steal your content?
That doesn't bother me anymore. I'm so used to it. Like that is how Instagram works.
But you made the title. You made the title yellow, and then you chose the font. You made that yellow first. Title. And
the reels, I edit the content. Yeah, what I say with the reels, it's like content aggregation, not content creation. Mm-hmm. It's like on the reels, I'm aggregating content that I like that fits my niche and publishing it. It's like, I don't think David Goggins cares if you post the reel. It's free press for him. And I tagged him in it.
Can I say something? Can I say something, by the way? I do feel like part of the reason you're saying organic growth is dead is because on your page, it's going to be hard to grow a following that cares about like you, the page, because there's nothing personal about your page. It's kind of just like a faceless page. So it is just interchangeable for any other page on Instagram. Whereas I think if you go the personal route, you brand yourself as like Smart Money Steve or something like that. You could grow a following because no one can copy that without people knowing, oh, it's just Smart Money Steve.
Yeah.
So I think part of your thing needs to go from like, hey, maybe instead of like, taking this and like putting a smart graphic, maybe I need to get in front of the camera and make like original content from that perspective. What do you think?
Dude, pull off a $2 date and people will say this guy's a king. $2 date, dude. Document it, say we went here, we got the ice cream, whatever it is, you got one way or another, you got to get it. $2 on the whole date. People will be like, this guy's a king.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The sponsorship posts are definitely weird for me. I think that's really strange.
That is definitely crossing the line there. Depending on what this guy's selling. I mean, we got to see what he's selling. And then you're saying, Steven, you don't have with a V. You don't have a class. Can we see? Do you have like $1,000 class? If I called and say, please, if I said, Babaji, please, I need your secrets. Please teach me. You're gonna say
I do coaching calls. And
who is this guy? Like this is the guy you put on your page. Who is he? Executioner, educator, CEO. And then does he have a real business? I mean, it's like, are you ready to quit your 9-to-5 grind? Ready to build your own e-commerce business? You are putting your stamp of approval when you post it from your page, and like you're like, again, this is not a pre-roll reel. This is like, who the hell is this guy? He's also reposting other people's stuff. Like, what the hell is this post? He's posting Dan Locke.
There are only 3 main ways that you can learn.
Oh,
the first way is learning from
and
yourself. People call that the school of hard knocks.
Yeah,
Agreed. Totally. Dan Locke nailed it, dude. Dan Locke did not nail it. LMAO. What is this guy?
we're finding the same thing, Steven. Like I'm doing this marketing thing with Anand, and he will not work on Instagram. He's like, why would you work on Instagram? There's people on YouTube. They're real. They listen. They watch. Like you are talking to a human being on YouTube. Instagram, it's a lot of bots, and then it's a lot of other people trying to get rich. And like, look at this circle jerk that everyone's created for each other. Like, you know, it's like you were saying 6,000 per month over the last 2 months, but then there's the advertising. What else are we looking at expense wise here? Like, how much is the advertising?
This is such a pyramid scheme, man. This is such a pyramid of just like this guy's promoting his quit to 9 to 5. I am the dollar free consultation. Like, you need to be speaking out against this guy, because I guarantee you know this guy's probably scamming people. I mean, where's his credibility?
If he's just building an e-commerce store, like if he's just building pre-made stores for people.
No, he's selling other people. He's selling other people on selling free e-commerce stores, right?
No, I'm not sure.
But who is he to? But who is he to like say that? What is this? Who is this guy? What I'm saying is, I'm looking at this page. I see more Dan Locke than the actual guy himself. Who is he to sell like a quit 9 to 5 grind? I'm just trying to figure out who this guy is. I feel like Instagram, I never know like who, what?
Yeah.
I mean, even the legit guys on Instagram aren't that legit. So I actually like him, so I'm not trying to diss him. There's a YouTuber who does videos about Instagram, Hey Dominic. I don't know if you've heard of him. But if you look at his Instagram page, search Hey Dominic. And the first 2 lines is anti-guru, anti-influencer. And he is a guru and an influencer.
Of course. Anyone who starts with the anti, it's like, okay, I get it. I've seen Trump's been doing this for like 30 years. Everyone does this. It's a Machiavelli. It's actually from the Machiavelli's book. Like, you just come out and say, I'm not doing that or whatever.
But he constantly talks against gurus on his YouTube channel and says, I'm the real guy for Instagram, and then he sells like a few $100 course.
Okay.
With all the normal tricks. Like, I think he's a good guy, but it's just the levels of denial everyone has in this space is unreal. Like, everyone thinks they're the legit guy, because he was showing on his Instagram story that he was with this guy called Nicholas Peda. You might have heard of him before. He is the Instagram guru. I'm like, you're hanging out with the Instagram guru, but you're anti-guru. Like, this guy's got the $1 million ClickFunnels thing. Nicholas Peda guy.
Oh, the awards! Boy. I love the awards, man. There's one guy sitting with like 50 awards. He's like, you could have these. I'll teach you how to get your award. It's like, guys, stop. But Steven, you're in a den of thieves, brother. I mean, you took the guy's money to do the ad. I'm not saying like, look, God's son died for our sins, and you are always, redemption is always available. But I mean, yeah, like, it sounds like you're doing, because you just said like a lot of these Instagram guys are in denial. You just said, right? Yeah, it sounds like maybe you're a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Are we going to come to God here? I mean, what? You put this guy up, you take the money, you don't know what it's about even. Is he selling? Is he selling a scam? Like, if someone calls him that Calendly link, am I going to get an aggressive like?
I mean, just think about like, what would you think if I started my video with like a pre-roll of like, hey guys, before we start this video, got a special sweet pre-roll from our boy Jason Capital. And I'm like, and then even I'm like saying, I'm reading off like what Jason Capital told me to say. And like, Jason Capital is a 9-figure earner and blah, blah, blah. And then after that, I'm like, hey guys, okay, so there's that. You can go check out my link, jasoncapital.com/coffeezilla.com. And then now I want to tell you about how all these guys are gigantic scammers. I mean, that would be a bit weird.
Yeah. Use the code sheriff in the
use code fake guru in Jason Capital in Jason Capital's course, guys. Get a kickback when you do that. You're supporting the channel. You're supporting the mission of Coffeezilla.
Yeah, tell them I sent you. Use my code. Big
whatever. Help if you tell them I sent you, though.
Yeah.
So there is a weird thing there where it's like, yeah, I don't know. What do you think here? Do you think there's?
I think you're right about the Pacific ad, and I probably shouldn't have took that ad. Most of my ads are just promoting other pages, and they're not then selling something yet. They're selling shout outs, and you're going to say that's like a pyramid scheme, but only 35% of my income on that page is from shout outs. Most of the money I make is from helping people actually have a business with their Instagram page, because they're like, okay, this guy's got 300,000 followers, he's in the finance niche, so a lot of finance related companies come to me for me to make their pages. And that's where 40% of my income comes from the page.
That's good. Okay, yeah. And I would say, look, there is a distinction here between, and I know, Steven, you were saying like it is copying, I guess, whatever, but I was gonna say, like, okay, so yeah, let's start getting clear on those lines. Actually, that's perfect because what you're doing, you know, and I was trying to make that artist justification, but the way to make that artist justification work is the videos that someone paid you. Here's $5,000. Just say that I do a class. Okay, maybe that has to stop. But I would say like the clips of someone doing a good quote. There's content you can say on that. You can have them talking, and then you can come in and be like, Steve Jobs says that. So today I'm going to go to the store and test it out. Like whatever it is, that's original. You pulled them in, but now they're looking at you, and you're going to take them to another place. And and you're going to teach them something original, and there's going to be, you know, something original there. So like that, a deeper dive into that could lead to it. I don't know. I don't want to be negative and say that Instagram is impossible, but it is a den of thieves. I mean, it just looks like a pyramid. It just looks like the underlying technical structure of like all the pyramid schemes now, because they're all selling through there, and they're getting new people. So it's going to be hard to see where this, for you artistically, how this is going to get to where you need to go artistically. Because a lot of times it's like you're only screwing yourself by taking the quick money. It's like now you're stuck in this world a little bit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Amish, you're such a therapist sometimes. You're such a good, you should really listen to Amish. He's a wise man. He's 1,000 years old. And
in wisdom, I'm 1,000.
I do think he has some good advice here. So yeah.
Well, let's maybe think about like, where do you want to end up? Because it sounds like you were talking about YouTube is a place where you can say something real. It sounds like maybe that's what you want to do. But then it's like you got caught up in this Instagram. It's been 2 years. You're caught up in there. You're in that circle, whatever. Where do you where do you want to be, and how can we start making that course correction towards God?
That's kind of like the moral dilemma I've been going through. At one point I was like, I just want to sell this page, forget about it. But then I'm like, okay, but this income scaling, I could kind of really
like
do that.
Wait a second. You listen to yourself. You got to listen to yourself. You got to listen to your heart, brother. You got to listen to your conscience on this. If you're feeling like, hey, I want to dip. I don't like this. I don't like it. But then you're thinking, well, the money's good. Dip. You know, you didn't go to, I thought the whole point of financial freedom is to do things you want to do, but then now you're telling me you don't want to do it. So it's like, wait a second, we're doing the wrong thing. You might as well be working a job you hate if this is the logic here.
That's what it's like for these guys, it looks like.
So, yeah, no, I mean, I would just encourage you. I think we got to move on to another topic, but I would encourage you, definitely move probably to a platform with just better ability to get a real message out. I do feel like Instagram is a place where there's like no nuance. And by the way, and also like I think you should do some personal branded stuff. Do not, take other people's. And I wish you all the best. It seems like you have you're trying to find your way, and I totally understand that. And I think you should listen to Amish. He's the Baba G, $5,000 per hour coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So great,
we'll invoice you soon.
You're 20. It's a tough economy. You're finding money any way you can, and you'll learn and you'll move on. It's not a big deal.
We appreciate you, Steven.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming on the show.
I'm a scammer. Gonna rip you off, take you down.